My name is Erica Falinsky. Some of you may also know me as CP Falinsky. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a certified EMDR therapist. I am also an EMDR consultant in training. So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about starting to have a more neurodiversity affirming EMDR practice, understanding some of these concepts. So this is not in-depth. I want to be very clear, this is not like everything you need to know to suddenly be a neurodiversity affirming EMDR practitioner. No. So I'm basically going to cover one topic in this video. The topic I'm going to cover is known as aphantasia. What is aphantasia, you may ask? Good question. So, aphantasia is being unable to visualize things in one's head. And you may notice this in some of your clients, and this is especially common in clients who are autistic, who are ADHD, and other types of neurodivergence. So to help understand how to work with aphantasia, because often people get really frustrated when they're like, my client can't visualize things in their head, or when we're resourcing, they can't picture this in their head. Did that just stop me? So, one thing that you can do, this is the very, 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 very basic of basicest levels, is give them the concept of, well, you know what a tree looks like, don't you? Okay, so hold that thought. Not necessarily an image, but taking it away from having to see something to knowing what something looks like. Also, we can also create physical things that somebody can look at. So what is something in their space that they find really calming? What is something that they can look up online that may help provide that sort of calming effect? Maybe a YouTube video, or a particular video game, or a particular scene out of a video game. There are different things that people will find. And that's really important to notice. And when we create the container, they can create a physical container. And then you're like, okay, well, that's resourcing. That's one thing. But what about when we're actually trying to do phase 3 through 8 processing? So first off, I want to get a lot of therapists out of this very strict idea of what is EMDR. The 8 phases is EMDR, but it is not all so strict as we think it may be. So, a client may not be able to visualize a memory, but it may bring up strong somatic sensations. It may bring up something else in their head. So what does it bring up? And being able to we ourselves as clinicians, go with that. So taking ourselves out of this strict structural box that we get trained in our intro or 101, to really understanding what is a person noticing in their body? Do they feel it in their stomach? Does it feel hot? Does it feel tense? Does it feel tight? Does it feel tingly? Does it feel like, ooh, you were punched in the gut? And then can they remember other times they felt that way? Yeah. Is there a color associated with it? Does it feel red? And then taking them on that journey, and you can do a float back that way. What were other times you felt that punch in the gut, hot, red, sensation? So not trying to force an image into their head, and then being ourselves flexible enough to go with that. Because that's what go with that is really also part of us as clinicians as well. And this is just sort of very intro basic concepts to beginning to work with your neurodivergent clients and being a little bit more affirming. And please understand, again, that this one video is not making you an expert. You cannot suddenly be like, I am the most neurodivergence affirming practitioner for EMDR out there because of watching this one video. This is covering a very, very small topic, but that is very, very relevant. So, again, I want to thank you for watching. Again, I am a consultant in training and I do offer individual consultation, and I'm going to be starting to think about offering group consultation again. And I can offer consultation for anywhere, and I will be providing the links down below to find out information about